I'm back, and I wanted to wait until the new year to start or introduce my intro video, but I spent all day, I spent several hours working on something that's 9 seconds, and I'm pretty proud of it. So Merry Christmas. But one thing that I noticed a couple of weeks ago, I recorded a video. You all know, if you follow me on Instagram, I've just been having the hardest trouble with technology. Just every time I try to record a video, it either won't work, I don't know. So I had to make an adjustment, and I made an adjustment, and so I'm happy about that. But I don't want anyone to think that this is clickbait. So I'm going to start off by saying that this didn't happen to me directly, which means I was not pursued directly by a trafficker. This was an indirect situation that occurred, and I intervened. So I'll just get right into it. So everybody who follows me, you guys know that I live in Atlanta now. I'm from South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina. I lived in a suburban area and didn't have to ever worry about crime or anything like that. Left my doors unlocked, and I've realized just even being here the last couple of months, I've been here for a little over 2 months. In the time that I've been here, I've realized how naive of a person I am. I'm just really naive, and I'm growing, and I'm getting better. But I wanted to tell you guys about my situation and hopefully present it in a different way than what we normally hear about. So I had just moved, and I want to be able to help someone. So I'm driving back to Georgia. I was coming from South Carolina, and I was already in Georgia, but I was driving home, and I was on the phone with my friend at the time. And I don't know if I called before or after I saw the van, but I saw a white van, and I was in my lane. I wasn't really paying attention at all. And then I saw what looked like a female head, like maybe just kind of like swaying back and forth. So I didn't really think anything of it, or maybe I did. I can't even remember anymore. But I do know that I got behind the van, and I didn't see the head anymore. But what I did see were like hands that were kind of not like this, but they were like up, like that, almost as if somebody's hands are being tied up. So at first I was like, are my eyes playing tricks on me? And I got a little bit closer. I got behind the car and got a little bit closer so I could see. And they weren't moving. They weren't moving. So I got a little bit freaked out, and I gave the license plate to my friend, and I was like, write down these numbers. But at the time, my phone was on 5%. So, and I didn't have a charger. I think my dad had driven my car and stole my car charger. And I didn't have one. I didn't have anything. So I was like, well, let me try to call the police before my phone dies. And so I actually got on the line. I was on the interstate at this time. So I got on the phone with them, and they actually transferred me over a couple times because we were driving through different jurisdictions. So I may have been in Cobb County, Gwinnett County, DeKalb, whatever. So they transferred me over, and I got away from the van because I didn't want to seem too obvious. I was really nervous at that point. Oh my gosh, just so nervous. And then I also noticed that the license plate state was covered. So you could read the number, but the state where it was traveling from, you couldn't read it. So I called the police, and I told them what I had seen. And as I'm talking to her on the phone, and I promise you, I'm not lying. I'm not trying to make this dramatic just for views or anything like that. I'm just telling you what I saw. So what I saw, I'm on the phone, and it's not funny, but I'm on the phone, and I see what looks like it could have been a female or a male figure standing up. And you know how like when you're trying to crank up a lawnmower, you're mowing the grass. It was like that, but then it was like a little bit forceful, so it looked like somebody was punching someone else. That's just what I saw. And then they also like moved a book bag. So then it was like you saw that, and then it looked like maybe they were just moving something. They just kept, I don't know. It was really weird. I don't know how to really describe it. It kind of happened really fast. But I was driving like if I'm in the middle lane, and they were at 11 o'clock. So they were in the left lane, and I saw all of this, and I'm like, you guys need to come and check this out. And I knew, and the operator that I was on the phone with kind of was like, man, what's the emergency? And I'm sure that they've gotten calls nonstop about suspicious activity in white vans. But I don't think that it was just by happenstance, or I don't think that it was just a coincidence that I saw what I saw. The hand, like, you can't deny it. They were up like this. I couldn't see anything else other than hands, and they were not moving at all. I couldn't. So then, like, the window wasn't tinted completely. You're able to see in it, but you can't see things clearly. You couldn't. I mean, and you would never see that in any type of white van if you're really looking. So I couldn't really see what it was that had the hands up like that. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not even gonna make any type of assumptions. I just felt like in that situation, it's better for me to be safe than sorry, because people are going missing every single day in areas that I'm in all the time. So at that point, you know, I called the police. They said that they'll send someone to check on it. But then I had to get off of my exit and just go on about my way, because I couldn't put myself in danger. And that's what's really important. If you see something, it is your responsibility. You should report it, but don't put yourself in harm's way. So I wasn't going to follow them, because what if, you know, who's to say who they were, you know, or who else was on the interstate that could have been following that van. You know, I didn't want to put myself in harm's way. And so I just prayed, you know, Lord, I, you know, asked that hoped that it had been nothing. But if it was something, I had prayed that me calling the police had saved someone's life, or gotten someone out of a situation that could have been really bad. And that was it. Like, I just had to let it go, and it really kind of messed me up a little bit, because you see it and you hear about it, or not see it, but you hear about it and you read about it, and you feel like you're an untouchable. You know, so many things. It's hard. Sometimes we become desensitized to things because it doesn't affect us directly, and so being in that situation really opened my eyes. And it's like, Brianna, you really are in a different state by yourself. Yes, I have family here, but 95% of the time, anytime I go somewhere, I am by myself. Whether it's daytime, nighttime, running errands, doing things with business, music, I'm by myself. I'm alone. And so I wish I had it with me, but I brought my taser. And it's just really opened my eyes to just paying attention. And another thing that I've noticed so much in living in Atlanta now is people mind their own business, and you really need to stop doing that. And when I say that, I just mean, like, I can be walking down the street or walking around my apartment complex, and people will not look at me. Like, they just are down or just look straight ahead, and that's just not practicing good defense mechanisms, in my opinion. Anytime I go somewhere, even if it's Walmart, I'm gonna look you dead in your face, I'm gonna smile, and I'm gonna say, hey, how are you? And I want you to know that I see you, and if something happens, I have a description of what you look like, because there's nothing worse than you just not paying attention, and then you could have saved a situation by just paying attention and being aware of your surroundings. I know a lot of people feel like if they keep to themselves that they will stay out of harm's way, but no, look people in the eye and be just completely aware. That's something that I've learned coming from South Carolina suburbia to this huge metropolitan area. Just the other night, I heard gunshots. Something I never, ever experienced back at home. The police are always constantly around here. It's really different. It's a different area. The crime rate's higher. It's a big city, and that's what you're going to have anytime you go into a large city. So, you know, but being able to adapt is so important. And it's not just in large cities. It's happening in Greenville, South Carolina as well. So I just wanted to put that out there. Speak to people, you know, just be safe. Just be safe and aware of your surroundings. Always. And comment below some defense mechanisms that maybe you read, something that you heard that can help the next person. That's it. And this video was so much shorter than the last time I recorded. It was 15 minutes. So maybe that's why I needed to re-record it. Who knows? But anyway, guys, thank you again for tuning in. As you all know, my YouTube channel is where I post things going on in my life, my journey in the music industry. And sometimes I post covers and stuff like that. So if you're interested, then subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and let's stay in touch. And also, give me a thumbs up because this is my first time posting with my own little intro. So I'm feeling pretty famous right now. But anyway, have a blessed holiday and almost Happy New Year. Mwah.